Hello, quick one from me, Pete Donaldson from the Luke and Pete Show. You are about to witness 10 minutes of exclusive footage, aberrations, audio on the Luke and Pete Show YouTube channel that you're not going to be hearing anywhere else. It's not on the podcast. It's not on some kind of weird Patreon. It's here on the YouTube page. So do subscribe to the Luke and Pete Show YouTube page, and you won't be missing nothing. And if you've just sort of found your way to the YouTube page and you don't really know what we are, head on over to the podcast. We release 2 shows every single Monday and Thursday on the Luke and Pete Show. So do get involved. Subscribe to that. And yeah, you won't miss a thing. You won't miss a thing on the podcast. You won't miss a thing on the YouTube. It's all good stuff. Do it.
The last time we chatted on the show would have been on Monday. And towards the end of Monday's episode, which is obviously available to listen to right now, we did talk about the fact that we hadn't mentioned Elon Musk's latest fuckery.
Right. Twitter, yeah.
Can I just give you my brief experience of that decision? That I was doing a night feed with my son, who's 7 weeks old, and perusing Twitter with one hand because he was nodding off.
Yeah.
And I just all of a sudden I couldn't use Twitter.
Right. Did it tell you why? Did it say?
I thought it was just that it had gone down, like server
Right.
issue or whatever, like tends to happen with WhatsApp occasionally or Instagram. And then I started seeing all these WhatsApps coming in from pals who's saying, "Have you seen what old Muskie's done?"
Muskie's up to.
And it turns out he's... How would I put it? I would put it this way. Running a website that relies on impressions for 99% of its revenue coming through advertising and sponsorship, he's reduced the amount of impressions people can look at.
Yeah, he's... it sounds very much, if rumour and possible fact is to be believed, he very much had a pretty hefty services bill from Amazon.
$1 billion apparently to Google services, right?
$1 billion to Google services, and I thought it was Amazon. Either way, they're all owned by the same people, aren't they, pretty much? But yeah, and he just decided to try and cheap out and sort of go,
it's not even a red notice. I'm not paying it now.
I'm not paying it now. I'll stick it on the credit.
Like when I went on the run from Enterprise, not paying that.
Not paying that, yeah. Got away with it though, didn't you?
I used to use another car hire company.
There's loads of them, for crying out loud. There's loads of them. But yeah, so he decided he wasn't going to pay that and tried to sort of... in the same way that like Donald Trump used to cheap out on Formica work services in the kitchen. He would employ companies to fill his big hotels and plazas with furniture, and then he would just refuse to pay developers for that basically. And it's very much the playbook of the modern entrepreneur, isn't it?
I as a modern entrepreneur myself, I have absolved all responsibility for the commercial side of the business to someone else, so I don't know.
Well, you don't know how wipe clean our Formica services are.
I always called it Formica.
Formica. It's one of those words that if you only ever see written down, and even then written down not very often.
Yeah,
but it just seems to be that like a lot of websites are going down at the moment because all of the venture capitalist money has left Silicon Valley because they're not getting a return on their money. They are going back to gold and oil and the stuff that really matters after their brief flirtation with social media, and they're going back with their tail between their legs, and no one's making any money. So yeah, I think that's what's happening with a lot of.
So what's actually going to happen
companies.
to Musk and Twitter then, Pete? What's your prediction?
It'll just grind to a halt and we'll all move to something else and we'll sort of go, that was weird. I mean, I had quite a lot of followers on there. Now I am completely de-emancipated.
I am resentful for that. I do absolutely nothing for them, but I do have quite a lot of followers on there.
Well, I was kind of like, I was having a 3-month ordeal with British Telecom broadband recently, and I had tried WhatsApping, I tried ringing them, I tried DMing them, I tried doing all of the things that nobody else can see to get it fixed, to get my broadband up and running. But the only thing that actually kicked them into gear was tweeting them publicly.
Yeah, which is a cunt trick, but like that's the only thing that works,
but that's
right?
my last passageway to getting this fixed because they were just not listening.
I've done that with British Airways. I've done that successfully with Santander. I think the social media teams are far more savvy with the public reputation of the company than, say, the call centres. I used to work in the call centre for a well-known bank, and it was a joke. Like on the Saturday shifts when there's no management in, we used to transfer customers through to our mates' mobile phones for a laugh.
I thought you were going to say you used to transfer money into your account.
No, you couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that.
You could not do that, but you could transfer calls to your hungover friend on a Saturday morning.
Well, that kind of got you so far, the whole public Twitter thing. But you know what actually got the actual broadband sorted after about 3 months?
Firebombing the head office.
Well, I just emailed the CEO.
And that worked.
And that bloody worked. He's got a little kind of assistant, presumably, that goes through all of his emails. And if he sees one where someone's not very happy, it was a guy called Paul Simmons Paul Simmons is not the head of BT. But he said on Twitter that he was having a bit of trouble with BT. He found the email address for Philip Jansen at BT, and he got help almost immediately. And I did that, and I got help almost immediately.
Wow.
So
that's brilliant.
If you're having problems, just find a news story about who the CEO is of whatever company, give them an email. They don't want to be bothered. So yeah, just go that way, basically.
That's a really interesting... So it's all been resolved now?
All been resolved now, and all it took was me emailing the CEO of BT.
That's a great hack. That's an amazing... You'd expect that just to be lost in the ether forever.
You really would. I mean, the amount of people who email me who don't get a response.
Well, I'm one of them. There was a tip going around like 15, 20 years ago about how if you email a company with a complaint and you're not getting anywhere, to CC in a load of names at bbc.co.uk. Because then they'll start to think it's like kind of watchdog type vibes or something, and they'll shit themselves. So I tried that with Vodafone when I was a Vodafone customer. It didn't work.
Yeah. For a joke, I publicly said, if you don't fix this, I'm going to eat all of the equipment you've left in my house. As like...
Did you actually include that in the email?
I didn't include that in the email, but I included that in a tweet. I basically said... Right. You've not fixed this in for 3 months. This equipment's just sitting here doing nothing. I am going to eat it, right? So that was a little bit of a joke for the people who might be eavesdropping. Yeah, sort of going, I'm a serious man, but I like a joke. Yeah.
I've not lost my sense of humour, even though I'm within my rights to do so. And that's on you.
Exactly.
And it worked. So I'm pleased that it got resolved anyway in the end. You speak to the CEO. I mean, I feel like I can't personally endorse it. I don't think that would work for many companies.
No, it might work. It might actually work with Twitter.
Well, I imagine he's absolutely inundated.
He's very online, that man.
Yeah, but the thing is about Elon, which I find telling, is that he gets. I mean, he's got he's got 150 million followers on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
What are the chances that everyone he responds to at random happen to be a right-wing conspiracy theory?
Yeah, because a lot of them, like, he retweets or sort of goes, interesting too.
Huge if true.
Huge if true. What are the chances that they're all absolute wrong-uns?
Yeah. He's absolutely 100% every time. It's like some kind of weird conspiracy theory. He said recently he's getting a load of criticism for it, obviously. So then he tweets, I set a view limit because we're all Twitter addicts and we need to go outside more. I'm doing a good deed for the world. It's like, fuck off, you absolute bluffing cunt. You don't know what you're doing. And do you know why you don't know what you're doing? Because I run a company as well. And I don't know what I'm fucking doing. But at least I've got the bollocks to admit it.